Well, as y'all probably know, we have struggled a lot with the dragster this week. We have ran into a gremlin with it. We got lucky first round. Guy red lighted to me. Gave us one more shot to try to fix it. We changed a few more things. Turns out going into second round this morning, we think we fixed it. But unfortunately, I was set up on about a 873 or 874 on an 890 index. I had a lot of ET to kill. About got away with it. I went at 887 with a 7, I think. So had a little over 2 more hundreds to scrub. I had a little bit of room, but the guy I was running is one of the best to do it. And he didn't give me much to work with. So lost second round this week. We have some testing to do, and we will try to be better next time we come out.
It is Friday. We have first round coming up. I'm trying not to get run over. Friday at Indy is chaos. Class eliminations are all done as far as runoffs, and now everybody's basically in eliminators, or people are qualifying for like top dragster and all that type of stuff. But what matters right now is we're going up for first round of the Hemi Challenge. We have 16 cars, which is perfect because that's 4 rounds of racing, no bye runs. It should be a great day. The weather is fantastic. It's nice and sunny, but it's cool. It doesn't feel like there's much water in the air, so we should have some really good runs. Track's been good. The update from our side of racing is that we may have finally solved our gremlin with Jason's dragster, but unfortunately, in attempting to fix that gremlin, Jason had to be holding about 4 train lengths of ET, which makes it very difficult when you're bracket racing. So didn't get the second round win, but may have gotten to figure out our problem and got it fixed. So here we go. They're calling up the 16 cars. The next time I come back to you, we will have run first round and find out who we have in the field of 8. It's first round of the Hemi shootout. So sitting up here at the front, we got Camilla. Now I'm using my phone to cheat because I have the ladder sheet in front of me. So Camilla will be running David Barton. Camilla qualified 829 with David Barton at an 853. So Camilla's sitting in a pretty commanding position. We'll have lane choice. He seems to always like the left lane. That's where I would expect to see him. And as we work our way down, we have Bell right over here. Let's see, Bell will end up running Jim Pancake. So now this is actually a super interesting run because Pancake has had issues getting down the track. Pancake's fast. So while Bell ran a 37 with a 3, he could absolutely have his hands full if Pancake's able to get a clean run out of his car. Pancake's always been able to be in the 30s, and I fully expect him to be that in this first round. So this may be actually one of the best matchups in first round. Fazzolari, he's going to end up with Westcott. So he's definitely going to have his hands full in the dart, as Westcott will be in the ugly fish in the Barracuda, getting ready for round 1. Westcott's got a pretty significant advantage, about 3/10 that he'll have in it. So I imagine he'll lay back a little bit, take it a little bit easy, just to go ahead and get himself into the next round. After that, we got Bogner. Bogner's going to have Jason Line. Similar situation to what we're dealing here with Doug, where he's going to have roughly about 2 or 3/10 in his pocket. Jason Line will, so Bogner will just have to be on his game. Sometimes these guys try to press it a little bit too much and they'll go red. At the end of the day, it's a drag race. Anything can happen. People can have anything from misshift, breakage, red light. I mean, we've seen it all. So just because somebody is faster in all the qualifying runs does not mean that all of a sudden they're not going to be able, to end up winning. It's good to see Earwood is out here. He'll be running in the Super Stock Eliminator for first round. Now, he's going to be qualified with a 9-flat running JR Bomb in the 940s. It essentially becomes a practice hit for him, getting good on the tree and getting ready for what for him is really running in Super Stock. With Jack Peterson, he'll have Anthony Rhodes. Peterson was qualified at 875 with Rhodes in the low 30s. Once again, this will be a deal where there is a big ET discrepancy. It's still a drag race at the end of the day, and anything can happen. So we work down here. Let's see, we got Johnson. He's running Jimmy Daniels. So Daniels came in the 30s, low 30s, and Johnson was in the 60s. So Yep. They're getting. So what you're seeing right now, the reason why these cars are out as a single is NHRA pairs them up. So when they get pulled to the back of the lanes, if you look across here, NHRA goes to each one of them and tells them, hey, this is who you're running. You need to go pull up, and then they'll pull around to the lanes. There's a ton of work that gets done in the staging lanes before you guys see cars go down the track. And so that's Barton getting, that's Camella getting pulled up here now. Now these cars have to drive up to the staging lanes. They cannot be pulled up to the staging lanes. Once they're in here though, they can be pushed up and around to get ready for their first round. We've already covered Barton with him. Oh, you hear NHRA telling them, let's get rolling. Let's see, who's that leave us with? That leaves us with Bucky Hess. He's going to be going up against Holt. Once again, he's got a little bit of an ET advantage, which we're going to see in the first round. We have the top 8 guys that are really close together, and then there's a little bit of a drop-off after that. But like I said, don't be surprised if somebody ends up either getting a red light, a parts breakage, or some way to end up advancing into the round of 8. So the next time we come back to you, we'll have an update on who our final 8 is, and let me tell you what, once we get to that point, it's anybody's shot. Over 50 years ago, my dad won Pro Stock here at the U.S. Nationals in Indianapolis. He ran 981. We just got back from the first round of the Hemi shootout with 8 cars running, well, actually I should say 7 cars running 830 and 1 car running a 827, a second and a half faster than my dad did in Pro Stock 50 years ago, which is totally incredible. You need to go back to YouTube. You need to go watch First Round of Eliminations if you didn't get a chance. Watch Anthony Rhodes on the last run. Just put it absolutely on the bumper. I wouldn't say almost wrecked the car, but he definitely had his hands full the entire pass. Jason Line goes down, runs low ET of the round with an 827 at a pretty warm track when he did that. So I just cannot tell you how excited I am for the next 3 rounds of racing. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, in the first round, we did have 2 people who ended up hurting their motors, and we hate seeing that with Pancake and Earwood, so hopefully the damage was pretty minimal. But we got 8 solid hitters going into the round of 8, and you gotta watch it because it's anybody's game now. All right, we are going up for round number 2. This is going to be the best round of 8 Hemi cars that's probably ever existed. They are incredibly close. It is a total driver's race at this point. The race will be won on the starting line, in my opinion, the first 60 feet. If you're ahead at that point, I think it's going to be difficult for any of the guys to drive around. The only question is, for guys that had somebody covered in the last round, they could have been short shifting and not really showing their hand. There wouldn't really be a reason to run your maximum RPMs and really let everything hang out. So Jason Line threw down the low ET. You got Jason Line versus Westcott. You got Camella versus Bucky, which was last year's final round. You've got Baum versus Rhodes. I mean, this is just absolutely the best quarterfinals that there's ever been. And when we get down to 4, I can't even imagine. So we'll do a little pit walk here real quick, right before they go up and go down the track. Okay, here we are in the staging lanes. Second round, Hemi Challenge. So coming up, we got Camella and Bucky. You had the finals from last year, and they're the first pair out coming up this time. Now, what's interesting is I believe Bucky ends up having lane choice here, so he looks like he's choosing the left lane. Now, they will have the option, as long as before they cross the line up there, if they want to switch to be able to run left or right lane, they can do that. There was a lot of that last round because of the engines that blew and stuff like that. People thought that one lane might be better than the other. But behind that, Anthony Rhodes, J.R. Baum. If you saw first round, you saw Anthony Rhodes go way up and end up landing and bouncing around. I mean, it was totally crazy. I don't know if he did any damage to the car, if anything got hurt, but incredibly close round right here, incredibly close round with these 2 right here. And then going behind us, this is actually going to be really, really, really cool. You're going to end up with Jason Line racing against Mr. Westcott. So the 2 main engine builders for the class are going to be racing each other. And I mean, there's a lot on the line when you're talking about that. These two guys running each other. They ran in the final round of qualifying last night, but qualifying is one thing, eliminations are another. And whoever wins, I believe, based on the ladder between these two, will end up running the winner between Baum and Rhodes. And so then all the way in the back, we got Bell and Daniels. Now, Daniels has been fast all week, and Bell has slowly been kind of working at it. If he gets good on the tree and he gets an extra maybe 200s or so right there, there's absolutely a world where Bell ends up in the semifinals to end up running the winner between Bucky and Camella. This is absolutely insane and the best 8 Hemi cars that have ever been put together as far as how close they are. I cannot wait, and I can't wait to do the update to tell you what we got left. Holy bleep. That's all I got to say is holy bleep. Absolutely incredible. Bucky seemed to have a problem. He ended up spinning, and so I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Camella puts down a 30. Everybody's in the low 30s. It's absolutely insane. Jimmy ends up getting a whole shot victory. Bell picked up the pace. I told you guys that this race was going to be won on the starting line, and that's a perfect example. Jimmy was actually slower, but ends up getting the win because he was better on the tree. So that's how close these cars are. It's literally thousandths of a second at the starting line. I cannot wait for the next round. It's going to be totally bonkers. All right, guys, it is semi-final time. Friday, third round, getting ready for the semifinals. Coming up, we have Steve Camella, and Jimmy Daniels coming up. Camella's obviously been the man. This is actually funny. Between these two, this is about the past 8 years of winning of the Hemi Challenge, sitting right here. So Jimmy is going to have to be on the tree. Absolutely. He missed it last round. It's definitely going to have to be locked in. Camella is just a machine. He's been 0-1, 0-2. That's just where he's at. Jimmy's going to need a perfect run to probably be able to get around him. Still a drag race. Anything can happen. And in the other round, we've got Jason Line, and we are waiting. It looks like, yep, here comes Anthony Rhodes being pushed up here from the back. Because remember, once again, you have to drive up to the staging lanes, but once you're in the staging lanes, you can be pushed. So Anthony Rhodes being pushed up. The reason they were probably hanging back in the back, he was likely chilling everything in the car to get it as cold as possible to try to be able to make the fastest run possible. So Jason Line, Anthony Rhodes, the winner of that will run Steve Camella and Jimmy Daniels. It's going to be incredible.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! The reactions are. 2 whole shot victories. I told you it'd be one on the starting line. Both races in the semifinals won right here at the starting line. Unbelievable. Watch the screen. Look at that. Jason can drive, man.
I don't even know what to say. I've talked about how this race would come down to the starting line, and that's where the difference was going to be, and that is exactly where it was. Jimmy Daniels is 0-0 on the tree, and Camella, something you almost never see out of him. He was 0-4. He just missed the tree. And that can happen. It's a driver's race. I said when it got down to 8 that you were in a driver's race situation. That's exactly what it was. What I did not anticipate was the run after that. Jason Line ends up having a better reaction time than Anthony Rhodes. Rhodes goes faster, but loses due to a hole shot. So both finalists, which means we have a new winner for at least this year compared to last year, both of them are there because of what they did on the starting line. This is the best racing in drag racing. It's that simple.
I was watching out of my peripheral. He rolled in way too fast, too deep. Yeah. I think he was taking it. Yep. Life was good? Yep. Great. 40 my way to the. Did a great job. Please.
That's right, fans. Let him hear
It's Friday night. The Hemi Challenge is over. And who is our winner? Jason Line. Jimmy Daniels and Jason Line in the finals. Both of them put up 2 incredible runs. Jason was better in the tree and a little bit faster. Jimmy would have been locked out, so even with a perfect reaction time, he just wasn't going to get there. But this has been by far the best Hemi Challenge that's ever existed. At 8 cars, any one of those 8 could have been a potential winner. And so as you come over here, you can see we've got the big Sox Martin Hemi Challenge banner in the background, and we've got our big trophy, which is a huge Hemi head that we have there, courtesy of Edelbrock. Thank you, Edelbrock. I really appreciate that. We got Dad and Buddy, who are probably reminiscing about something from 50 years ago, which is easy to do when you look over here, and there's the Duster, so which we did a little bit of parading up the track during Funny Car when they brought Jason Line back up here. So we have a new winner, first-time winner with Jason Line, new engine builder, and I think this sets up for an absolutely incredible 2026. The support has been absolutely amazing. The fans in the stands, I mean, people cheering, pumping their fists. I mean, it's really been overwhelming, to be honest with you. And I'm so thankful for all of you. They're cranking up Funny Car, which means I probably need to shut up. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed all the content.